Hello, welcome back. Today I'm making a strawberry filled white layer cake with cream cheese icing. I made this last week for my nephew's birthday and it was a hit. So I'm going to make it today. I'm going to surprise everyone at work tomorrow and take it in and share it. So let's get this cake started and see how it turns out. So instead of following the box directions, I've added 3/4 cup of milk instead of water to my cake mix. And I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of butter, melted butter, instead of corn oil to the cake mix. And then I'm going to add 3 eggs. I'm going to prepare my pans and I'm just going to coat them with butter so that they will release when they are done. You don't want them sticking to your pan, of course, and so I'm just going to coat my pans with butter, then a light dusting of flour over the top of that. I'm just going to divide my batter evenly between the 2 pans. And I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. We're just going to cook them according to the package directions. And while these are baking, I will go ahead and prepare the filling, the strawberry filling for the cake. Okay, we're going to flip our cake layers out onto plates to finish cooling. There's one. So I'm going to make the filling for the cake layers. You're going to start off with 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This is a thickener. And you're just going to stir that until it dissolves. Okay, now I'm going to add my sugar. I'm going to want 1 cup of sugar. You have your heat on medium. And now I'm going to add 3 cups of chopped strawberries. And I used frozen strawberries, but you want to make sure you thaw those before you chop them because there's extra moisture in the frozen. But you could use fresh. Okay, so you're wanting to stir this and cook until it becomes thick and bubbly. And as it cools, it will thicken up more, but you want it to be thick enough that it doesn't run off of your cake. It's always hard for me to know when it's thick enough. Let this cool, and then we're going to make sure that when it's cool, you want it to be the consistency of a jam, basically. You don't want it to be runny and run off of the sides of the cake. So I'm going to cook this another minute, and then we're going to let it cool. Okay, so I dipped a little bit out into a teaspoon and let it cool, and you want it cool enough, you want it thick enough that it doesn't really run out of your spoon when you flip your spoon over. That's going to be thick enough that your layers will stay on your cake. Trust me, I have learned from experience. If your filling is too thin, your layers will slide off your cake. It's not funny. Okay, let's make the icing. It's going to be 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese and 1 stick of softened butter. You want both of these at room temperature. You're going to cream those together, and then we'll add the sugar. Okay, let's add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Next, we're going to add 4 cups of powdered sugar. 1 cup at a time. That's 3. All right, we're ready to put the filling with the layers, and I have my icing all made so that we're ready to ice the cake as well. So what I'm going to do is slice these layers in half, at least one of the layers, so I have 3 different layers or two layers of filling. So I have it on my cake plate. And I'm just going to slice with a serrated knife right in the middle of that layer. You don't have to do this. This is just if you want a little bit more filling. Oops. Okay. I'm going to lay this over. We're going to spoon some of the strawberry filling and spread that on top of the layer. Just a little bit more. Whoops, made a mess. Okay. Now we're going to top with the other portion of this and top with more filling. Really isn't enough to have more than 3 layers, so we're just going to go with this. We'll have 1 thick layer and 2 thin layers. Right on top. Press down just a little bit, and let's clean up the edge of this. So this. Okay, we're just gonna ice the cake as carefully as we can. We don't want that layer sliding off. It really would be best if you let your cake sit in the refrigerator and absorb some of the moisture from the strawberry filling. But I think my husband is ready for a slice. He made coffee, so he's all ready for that. So we're going to get this done and maybe enjoy a slice of cake. So I'll be right back. I'll finish this cake. I'll be right back to show you the finished product.